When you're looking at a risk asset of Bitcoin, is the story more about mass adoption, about that being a meaningful part of a general portfolio as to why we're seeing a run up at the moment?
Well, exactly. I mean, Bitcoin has become like an important thing for the financial industry, and we think that it's got a great future in terms of finance and decentralized finance and well the next couple of years. And the fact that we also saw the ETF seeing the daylight is very important in terms of adoption. And what's interesting is if Bitcoin could actually break that correlation that it has with the traditional risk assets, that it would be just a very interesting asset that someone should hold in his or her portfolio, because it's just a different thing that is moving on different fundamentals, and it's really a great alternative for portfolio diversification.
Let's go to earnings season. It's a game of artificial intelligence or artificial sweetener, because everyone's doing buybacks. And if you look at like names like eBay, I think back to like Disney, Mercedes-Benz in Europe, everyone's doing buybacks, and it kind of makes earnings season seem like really euphoric. Well, how do you feel about that?
Well, the earnings season for big technology companies has been good beyond the buybacks, because if we are looking at Magnificent Seven stocks, well, they eke out some 55% earnings growth, and that's a big deal. And it's even a bigger deal when you think that expectations have gone just through the roof. So we think that there is something fundamentally positive there in terms of, well, development. And AI was obviously the major takeaway of this earnings season, because what we see is, well, AI investments are really pouring in. And when we talk with industry heads, well, we also realize that the investment decisions in AI seems to be, well, quicker than other investment decisions, because in industries and companies seem to understand very well how AI is going to increase their productivity, decrease their costs, and improve their profit and their profit margins. And they also have quite a short payoff period. So investments are actually pouring in, and that's absolutely helping the big technology stocks, especially those who are related to AI, will just eke out some mind-blowing results.
The main beneficiary of this story continues to be Nvidia, right? The hardware provider of the underlying technology. The thesis you just outlined is more about the end use or the end case. Do you still think it's important to stay closely aligned with names like Nvidia, AMD, and some of the hyperscalers?
Well, I think that yes, because those are the early comers and they are the pillars of this AI revolution. What we see in AI today is a little bit like the digital version, the digital equivalent of the industrial revolution. So the potential is absolutely huge. Now, looking at the valuations, yes, Nvidia's valuation has gone through the roof. But the valuations as of today are not that shocking, because Nvidia's valuation in terms of PE ratio is lower today than it was at last year's 2023 peak. So yes, the Nvidia stock price is going higher exponentially, but the earnings follow as well. So we think that Nvidia is a very interesting stock to hold in an AI portfolio. And zooming out of Nvidia, the global technology stocks are also trading at valuations which are lower than their 2021 peak levels. So by historical terms, the valuations that we have today are not that shocking.
Yeah, if you're looking at forward PE, well, the ratio there is like a 30 or thereabouts for an Nvidia. It's only 16 for a Qualcomm. And I bring up Qualcomm because actually the CEO of that company was joining Bloomberg a little bit earlier. And, well, guess what he was excited about? Just take a listen.
While we cannot predict when there's the next cycle, what I can tell you right now with precision is AI is changing how we interact and how we use our phones. And if consumers feel that they need to have an AI phone, that will create this new growth momentum for the industry.
Ipek, we've of course heard Cristiano Amon talk a lot about AI applications and of course the AI use within our smart devices. But should we broaden our remit of investment opportunities at this point? Should we look less at perhaps the picks and shovels? Where are the applications? Are you looking at other industry groups now?
Well, absolutely. I mean, you can broaden this to chip makers, and especially you can also broaden your vision to geographically other diversification opportunities. And for example, Japanese chip makers or Japanese companies in the chip sector are also looking very interesting to us in terms of in terms of good diversification opportunities while having an exposure to AI. Now, obviously, other technology areas are very interesting as well because technology, as by nature, is very adaptable to, well, AI revolution. So every company that has potential to improve their products and services with AI are interesting to, have in a AI portfolio.